So this video kind of got away from me a little bit. Originally, I was doing a video, or had done a video, and released it. And I'll somewhere during this video, I'll go ahead and make reference to that up there in the corner for the 7500F AM5 platform. I got the motherboard cheap because it had bent pins. I was able to fix it. I got the 7500F because it was inexpensive to test to make sure that I did the repairs on the board correctly. And then it started getting away from me. We'll talk about that. So yeah, the CPU in question was in this box. It's now in the PC that is recording this video. So we do know that it's been successful, but I will kind of take you guys along a little bit on the journey. One of the things that I did in this case, no pun intended, is the one that's behind me over there, the editing rig. I had to take some things out of it to make that work while I was swapping things over, because I needed to have at least one computer up, I guess you could say. All right, so there are a few things that are going in this computer that have to come out of a different computer. So I'm sort of debating whether to take the blue cables out, but because the other motherboard that's going in this case is white, actually, to tell the truth, yeah, I'm going to take these cables out because the other case is going to keep the white extensions in it to go with the white motherboard with the transplant, and this case will not be used anymore. So I might as well just go ahead and take them all out, but these are going to go in the blue case with all the other stuff. So, yeah, got to get the power supply out, and I think that's about all I need to take out. I forgot what just a wonderful experience it was trying to get the power supply in, and of course trying to take it out was just as fun. So yeah, but we got it out. Fully modular Cooler Master 850 watt. I am now going to take those cables out, and we're going to transfer that over there too, and then we'll see what's next. Yeah, it's not beautiful, but I'll tidy it up later. Besides, nobody's going to see it. Then the next step would be to take the drives out of IM number 4 to put in the new one. That was successful. I took the cable extensions out of the editing rig. They put those in, and we went ahead and just ran some tests. Now I thought very seriously about, okay, do I need to actually run a bunch of these tests, because we're upgrading the CPU, but in theory it's not going to be that much of a difference, because I think I'm being held back by the RTX 3060 Ti. And I did kind of find that. Now, I might expect a little bit more of a difference. I should have expected a little bit more of a difference. But what I found is just that practicality and all things being equal, these benchmarks were pretty close to the same at 1080p. Now, I don't know if that's a limiting factor because of how many threads some of these games use, and because we're going from a pretty good 6-core 12 thread to an 8-core 16 thread. I do think it would make a little bit more difference on some things that are more CPU intensive, but I don't have anything that I'm running right now that is that CPU intensive. What I wanted to make sure I could do, though, was be able to stream and play at the same time on the same computer and basically replace the 5800X. That is a big difference, but I didn't benchmark all that. I didn't do that comparison. If you want to see that comparison, I've got a comparison of the 7500F to the 5800X, and that should be pretty close to this. It give you the same comparison, because the 7500F and this 9700X are very close in a lot of those benchmarks. Now, one thing it did give me the ability to do is I got Monster Hunter Wilds with this CPU. I ordered it. I was able to verify, and it actually gave me a Steam code. It first had to download an AMD verification tool to say, hey, look, do you really have this CPU installed in your system? And then it shot me out a Steam code for Monster Hunter Wilds. So that was pretty cool. And that game, I did go ahead and run an initial set of benchmarks on 1080p and 1440, and it looks really, really good. I've seen it streamed, but I don't think streaming gives it very much justice. I think it looks much, much better when you're playing it than when you're watching somebody stream it. So it's really, really cool. And yeah, I spent a lot of time setting the game up and realized I couldn't benchmark it that way unless I was going to do it manually through, using the benchmarking through Afterburner. And then I realized they actually had a benchmark tool in Steam as well. So I went back and had to download the benchmark tool, sort of like with Black Myth Wukong, so I could do that. But yeah, that you should be seeing something on your screen referring to that. But yeah, it looked very, very good. Now, there will be things, I'm sure, as I go to do really, really CPU intensive tasks where this will make a big difference. And I do feel more comfortable streaming and playing than I would have trying out the 7500F. But what that does get me to do, though, is all the stuff that was in IM number 4, that white Corsair 4000D case. It's a pure white case, or it's an all white case with a little bit of gray accent. The white motherboard that I got for the 12700K, I bought close to the same time. Now I can put that board in there, have the white cable extensions that I had for IM number 4, and create basically an all-white build except for the video card. The video card's going to be blue. So maybe I might have one or two, little blue accents. The Sparkle B570 is what I'm using right now as the video card. My next step for this build will be... I'm stuck. I wish the 9070 XT was more price competitive right now, but it's not. It's a lot more expensive than it should be. So my next option might be to get the 5070. I really kind of wanted to try the AMD card, and I can't get a hold of a B580, and we don't know if like a B780 is going to come out. And I do need to upgrade something soon. It's so I need to get some more tests out of the way, right? So at least I was able to take you guys along for a little bit of the journey. But like I said, this video kind of got away from me, and it was kind of weird, and it didn't follow one format. I wasn't going to be how to upgrade your system. It wasn't necessarily going to be comparison of 7500 to 9700. And it wasn't going to be how to make your computer look better with the cable extensions and all that stuff. So it kind of got to be a hodgepodge of everything. But sometimes that's the way things go in my life. So anyway, and it took longer to do because there were so many different directions and so many different things that were going on that, there's no excuse for that either. Just an explanation, I guess. But if you got anything out of this video, or you enjoyed it, or just happy to see another video by that Paul guy, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I've got a little bit of a bump back in my subscribers again. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Don't forget to visit the other socials. I try to stream a couple times a week on that purple channel, and we've got a Discord server and all that good stuff. So, but if you don't do anything else, if you don't like or subscribe or hit the other socials, just do me one favor, and that's be good to each other. Smile, wave, hold the door open, say good morning, good evening, something. It might make you feel a little bit better. It might also, very much so, make the person that you interact with feel better, and maybe they'll have a better day too. And you did that. So congratulations. Anyway, until I get myself into something I got no business getting into, another case swap, and I think I'm going to put Bazite, a Linux distribution system for gaming. I think I'm going to put that on a old Optiplex that's got an i5 6500 in it. We won't be able to use Windows 11 on it, so maybe this gaming distribution of Linux would still keep this little thing alive. You never know. So until I get myself into something I got no business getting into, I'll see you later.